All right. Now, I will ask you the last question, which is about strategy. What do you think is the best strategy to incorporate the fourth industrial revolution into the agricultural sector and, by extension, the way of doing things in Africa?
The international communities have always, been helpful in, advancing Africa. I know that, a lot of bias has also, been shared with respect to, the colonization issues. Even now, there's still some sentiments that have been shared with respect to the recolonization agenda, but that's not what I'm trying to say. I'm also trying to say that the international community, of which Africans in diaspora also comprise of that, to assist Africans in implementing the first, second, and the third industrial revolutions. Learning from our mistakes. We have to learn from our mistakes. I know that I will always talk about the SWOT analysis. We need to, talk about the SWOTs, trying to give a measure, trying to measure the strength, the weaknesses, the opportunities, and the threats of the fourth industrial revolution. And also trying to see how to, sequester or sequestrate the threats. And then, of course, why are we doing this? Just to avoid repeating the same mistakes that have been made in the past. We need to, keep away from the mistakes and, of course, over interference by international institutions will not increase development. So Africans must be given the freedom to lead our own continent and also use our own talent, our own skills, our own expertise, to bring about development. Let me talk like Dr. Arikana, who, she had, been, a major voice for African, diaspora issues and all of that. She has been working with the African Development Diaspora Institute, and there are lots of Africans that are, doing one or two great things, playing their own, role to see that all of this is actualized. For me, for myself, I am a roving ambassador. Some persons do not even know that I'm an ambassador with the state of the African diaspora, and that also has given me a lot of influence and also a lot of voice, of which we are also developing frameworks. We are also developing strategies to see that international institutions, are moderately, interfering with, African affairs. But with the leadership of Dr. Judges Louis Ting, who is the Prime Minister of the State of the African diaspora, and with other diaspora groups, a lot will be unlocked in Africa. A lot will be unlocked in Africa. And I have also seen that, like I mentioned about the education system, African universities is also very important, like the Association of African Universities, which is working closely with some of the diaspora groups, and also even with the African Council on Small Business and Entrepreneurship, which I'm also a chair in it, as the International Advisory Council for the body. We are seeing ways where we can also partner with African Continental Chamber of Commerce and Industry to see that we get the vision of transforming Africa, not just through the agriculture, but also through the tourism sector. Yeah, we have the tourism sector, and which is also very good opportunity. I tell you, we the rural tourism experience, and it will go a long way to bring about, you know, ensuring and enforcing, and also presenting Africa, rebranding of Africa, and making all our vision, our goal, our aim, our passion for Africa, making it a reality. And I can tell you that this can happen if only we will allow we will allow our ourselves, we will allow the good side of us to play more. We need to emphasize on our good sides. We need to emphasize on our success stories. We need to emphasize on what we can do, our capacity, our potentials, our potentialities, what we have in us, because we are blessed with diverse resources. All we need is little motivation, and then we will get there.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ikechi. I really appreciate the time. It's been really rewarding. I don't know if you want to say any other thing, because I've come to the end of the podcast. It's really rich on my part. So is there anything you want to say? Hey, in fact, there is this thing that you are holding next to you. He said Excellence Award. Do you want to say anything about that before you conclude it?
Okay, yeah. Well, I had to bring it closer to me because this was an award. It's a national award, which was presented to me by the Pan-African Agricultural Journalists as the Agroeconomist of the Year in 2017. I have never displayed this plaque before, but it means so much to me because 2017 was a turning point in my career as an agroeconomist, and it was the same very year that I was exposed to a lot of international connections or networks, which has also helped to bring me to the fore, or to the fora, or to the forum where I am, part of discussions on how to transform Africa. I was also, asked to be one of those in the academia and research stakeholder group of the Global Food Security Strategy, which was initiated by the United States Agency for International Development in my country, Nigeria. And so lots of people have been asking me questions about that, and I tell them, yes, I'm a Pan-Africanist, and just like one of our friends who loves to identify with Africa, her name is Dr. Eileen. She was describing me as a Pan-Africanist because I was also asked to develop a profile of me for Wikipedia, and that also is interests me because all of this is connected to the PAGE, this award which was given to me at the Lagos State Chamber of Commerce and Industry at Alausa Ikeja, Lagos, Nigeria. Thank you so much for this opportunity to say all of this, because I think it also means much to me, because there is more responsibility for us to see how to, not just to be part, not just to say what we are, but to make sure that we are actually contributing to transforming the lives of our farmers. Because, of course, I will always say that agriculture is a primary sector. Agriculture is a real sector. Agriculture is the traditional sector of which every other sector depends upon. And if not for the agriculture sector, the pharmaceutical sector will not be there. If not for the agriculture sector, the industrial sector cannot function, because of course we are the backbone of the industrial sector, and that's why I'm even here. And I'm happy to talk about the fourth industrial revolution. Thank you.
That is the end of the podcast this evening. Thank you so much.